Hello, you might notice that during this video and the different scenes my clothing or appearance will change. This is largely because of my bad back at the moment and I can't always film everything in one go. So I know the continuity is terrible, but just have to bear with me until I'm better. Anyway, roll titles! Hello, I'm Kip Hayes. Welcome to this video. It's meant to be a Fix It Friday, but I genuinely don't know if it will be because I bought this. And this is a Nintendo Entertainment System, which is the UK model, and I got it from eBay as untested. Now, usually when you buy stuff on eBay as untested, that means it's broken, but they don't want to say that. But as we found out with my Super Nintendo video that I did recently, which is up in that corner, my Super Nintendo actually worked flawlessly, and I had to do a Fix Up Friday where I gave it a good clean and a bit of love and a tidy. So this could work, it might not, who knows. So yeah, I mean, it's in okay condition really. Just having a look around, there's a little chip on that corner there, which is a bit annoying, but that's fine. And we've got the AC adapter slot and for the RF cable. Now, I'll have to plug it in through the composite outputs because I don't have a TV that accepts RF anymore because it's a bit old age. But yeah, generally it's in okay condition. You know, could do with a good old clean and scrub, so no matter what happens, it will be getting a good scrubbing. And it also came with this controller as well, which feels okay, looks okay. The cable was wrapped tightly around the controller, which was a bit annoying, so I hope it still works. But we will see. I mean, it could be a video where I fix this, because this works fine. Who knows? If you do like these kind of videos, then please do subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing more of them with different consoles throughout the eras, and I've got loads of random stuff on my channel that might tickle your pickle. So give a subscribe or even join the channel so I can buy more random stuff like this. But yeah, anyway, enough of the advertising. Let's see what's going on with this. Oh, I didn't say, I think I paid around about £20 for it. I'll put the auction up on the screen now. So something we will need is a game, and I've got this game, and it is Super Mario Bros. 3. And this was sort of like probably one of the best games you could get for this Nintendo. And I've got this off eBay as well for I think around about £15. And this is tested and working. So at least I know the game works, so I didn't want to buy an untested game because it could be the game at fault or the console. So at least we know this is working. But will this work? Well, I guess we should find out. So I've got some RF leads, video, audio. I've got an HDMI encoder which is connected to the screen there so you can see the output. And what I'll do is I'll put it up there on the screen for you there so you can have a proper look at what it's outputting. So let's plug in the power. That's a good start, it hasn't gone bang and pop. Plug in the controller. This is probably wishful thinking, it's probably not going to work, is it? And let's put in our cartridge. Very impressed with the seller of this cartridge. It comes in this lovely cellophane packaging. I'll keep that. Right, slide it in, push it down, locked into place and closed. Will it work? Put in the comments now whether you think it will work or not. I'll just wait for you to do that. Okay, are we ready? Moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Got a solid power light. Oh. What's going on? Oh, the power light's flickering now. Okay. On. Oh no, power light's flickering. So we've got the power light going on and off. Well, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a Fix It Friday. Okay, well, I think before we go crazy and start disassembling this and tearing it to pieces, I think what I'm going to do is just eliminate one factor, and that is the cartridge. Now, it was sold to me as working, as I mentioned earlier, but there's potential that it could have just got a bit of grub inside it and it might stop it from working. So we'll just give it a little clean rather than doing the blowing into it, which obviously doesn't really work. I'll just give it a clean with this cotton bud and see what's occurring. See if there's any dirt on it. And there's a tiny bit of dirt on it actually. On the top bit, let's do the bottom. You can actually buy replacement 72 pin cartridge slots to put in here, so they are a sort of relatively known failure. So that might be it. We might have a cartridge slot that's not clean or not functional. Yeah, there is a tiny speck of dirt on there. I think you can see it. So, you know, that could hamper things. It might be that we just plug this in now and it's all fixed. Still got the screen on there. Let's do this. No, light's still flashing. Okay, right, well, looks like we've got to get out the blue mat and get this disassembled and have a look at that connector, and we'll show you how it all works in here. So yeah, let's do that. Right, so this has 6 Phillips screws that we need to take out to get the bottom off and reveal a bit more inside. So let's do that. Right, so we've got this RF shielding that goes around. Did you notice I'm wearing slightly different clothing now? And it's the Game Over merch from my merch store, merch.kitpakers.tv. It's the baby blue colour and it's very nice. So now we've just got these 4 screws that remove the mechanism. Oh, it's actually 5 screws. Go gently, pull it forwards, and that is removed. Okay, so I think there's just this screw down here. By the RF connector. Right, so that should allow us to lift the PCB up enough to pull this cartridge connector off. Okay, well, there's a little bit of dirt and grime on it. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Just free off these connectors here. Okay, so it actually looks pretty damn clean in there. Take this shield off, that's better. So here we have the main board. I mean, it looks really good for the age, really good. You know, just having a look at it through here, and you know, not needing a microscope or anything like that, it does seem to look all right. So this is the connection for the cartridges. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these a really good clean, and then yeah, this is sort of like almost the adapter that the cartridges plug into that interfaces with the motherboard. And you know, there does seem to be a bit of grub in it, so I'm mildly hopeful, he says. So basically the game goes in like that. And there is a bit of play in it because it has to tilt down. It's a really interesting mechanism. I'm not sure what's moving. Right, so we're going to give all of these pins a good clean, both at the top and at the bottom. Maybe I'll do a continuity test. We'll see. While I'm cleaning this, let me just give a massive shout out to all those people who joined my channel. Special shout out to No Name, Matt Lovies, JRC Electrical, For the Burbs, Roberta Gurtham, Stestix Fix, Dean Ball, Thor Z, Robert A, Tim Salt, Gary Bannum, and extra love to Becky, Ellis the DJ, as well as Bella Webster, and thank you so much David Elphick, you are a star. Anyway, on with the video. It probably doesn't make a blind bit of difference. I'm just going to give this around here a little clean up because it looks a bit scabby. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a bit better. Okay, so it's definitely cleaner than it was when it came out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically plug in as much as possible and test it as it is. Okay, so let me get it all wired up. Video and audio are connected. Power is connected. Game should work with it in this position, in theory. Let's see. Yeah, still flashing. Let's just double check something. I think the only thing we can do for now is just check the continuity of each of these 36 pins and just make sure they are making contact, because everything looks okay, but it, you know, it might not be. There might be some kind of hairline crack that I'm not seeing on here, or, well, who knows? Continuity test, right, okay. Annoyingly, all fine. Okay, so now I'm going to test that there's continuity from the top connector to the actual circuit board itself. It's a bit hard to show you. So there are vias which are little tiny areas that we can test on that actually line up with the connector here. So we can make sure that the game or the data is getting through to the board and the board's getting power. So I'm just going to whiz along them and make sure that's working. All absolutely fine. Okay, that's quite interesting. Let's see there. Looks like some scratches on the board. And I'm wondering, there, if the trace is damaged. It does seem to be cut across the trace. The only other thing I've noticed is here, the solder's not really flowed correctly around this component here, but does have continuity between here and here, so although it's less than ideal, it is working. But otherwise, the board looks really quite clean. Okay, well, let me just test the continuity of what looks like where the trace is scratched. I mean, I think it's okay. Yeah, no damage. It's kind of infuriating. But it makes me want to get to the bottom of it even more. So, the game should work. I might buy another working game just to test it, but I think the game is fine. The connectors are all clean, and there is continuity from where the cartridge plugs in to going on the board. So we know that's okay. So in theory, the fault is on the board. And you know what? I haven't got the faintest idea of where to start with this. I'm just learning and just trying to figure this out for myself. You know, this will have aging capacitors on it, and capacitors are a bit rubbish with age, but there doesn't seem to be any of them failed. These are some capacitors here, these little blue guys, and there's a big old one here, but he looks all right really. So yeah, I'm a bit stuck. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this video, so you're seeing it now, and I'm going to do some research onto causes of these symptoms. And I guess what I'm asking for is you for any help. You know, have you fixed one of these before with a red flashing light? What was the problem? Where should I look? Because I just don't know where to look. I've got all the gear, but no idea. I know that if I can work out what the problem is, I can repair it and replace it, but it's just getting to that point. We've got power into the console, the light's flashing, and usually the flashing LED means that the cartridge isn't in properly, but we've established that it is. So either the seller of this was lying, but I don't think they were, or the board is faulty, which I think is more likely. Yeah, I'm gonna need some help on this one. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but for now, it's very much game over.